Welcome to Fantastic Vision. Please subscribe us before you watch today's video. If you always watch our channel, you may know that the news of the US ban on Chinese semiconductor. In the 1980s and 1990s, the United States had an absolute advantage in the semiconductor field. At that time, Intel was the most advanced chip foundry in the world, and it can be said that it completely controlled the global market. This also made American capital arrogant. Gradually shift the strategic layout to light assets at the upstream level. A large number of American companies follow the trend of the times and only engage in the R&D and design of chips, contracting out the heavy industry with heavy assets, and Taiwan, China is the largest receiving place, thus giving birth to the world's #1 factory Foxconn, and the top chip foundry TSMC. After decades of development, TSMC has secretly infiltrated a large number of self-developed technologies in an attempt to get rid of the control of American capital. After the 5 nanometers chip is manufactured, everything can't be hidden, and a series of targeted measures have been swept in. After TSMC officially cut off supply, China's chip industry has also fallen into a difficult period, but the unreliability of Western countries has also completely aroused the determination of Chinese companies to conduct self-research, and gradually built an independent industry under the leadership of Huawei. System, a good interpretation of the more suppressed, the more powerful the concept. In the semiconductor industry, basic research is very important, and many technological achievements are based on basic research. Taking Huawei as an example, it invests hundreds of billions of RMB in research and development every year, allowing many scientific research talents to carry out research projects. Based on this, Huawei obtained a lot of chip patent achievements last year, such as superconducting quantum chip stack packaging structure, and its packaging method, electronic equipment patents and so on. These patents have not been actually applied to real life, and in the state of Huawei's chip business, they cannot enter the production line and only maintain research and development. Even so, Huawei has not stopped chip design. As long as it can afford it, it will always support high silicon. Recently, a well-known intellectual property research organization released a set of data. During the period from October 2021 to September 2022, a total of 69,194 global semiconductor patent applications were filed, a year-on-year increase of over 10%, and China accounted for 55% of them. Overtake the United States. According to statistics, the number of global semiconductor patent applications reached a record-breaking 69,190 last year. The number of semiconductor patent applications from China reached 37,865, accounting for 55% of the global total. The United States ranks second with 18,223 applications, accounting for 26% of the total. Obviously, the number of semiconductor patents in China exceeds twice that of the United States. It is unexpected that China can achieve such a number of semiconductor patent applications. Can these Chinese miracles help domestic chips counterattack? According to public data, the annual global semiconductor technology patent application has reached its peak. It can be seen that the chain reaction of chip rules is not over. Countries around the world are constantly speeding up the autonomy of the chip industry. Among them, Chinese companies have contributed the most, with a total of 37,865 applications. Patents, ranking first in the world. The United States, which has many chip giants, lags behind in this competition. The cumulative number of patent applications is only 18,233, accounting for about 26% of the total share. Compared with China, the gap is nearly half, and the gap between European countries is even greater. The number of patents applied by the UK is only 179, which is 211 times behind that of China. Such data is destined to make people feel confusing. Why is the number of patents twice that of the United States, but still restricted in the process of industrial development? First of all, we must have an understanding of technical patents, which are aimed at the global scope. Once the application is approved, it means exclusive rights. It is enough to show that the Chinese are talented in the chip field. American companies have verified this point for us. Dr. Yin Jiao of AMEC once said, "When I was working at Intel, the team leaders and researchers of the research institute were basically Chinese." The internal staff of TSMC also revealed recently, the most difficult part of the chip process is not the technology, but the management of personnel. And all of this proves that only the Chinese can do it with the spirit of dedicated technology research and development. Americans do not have the focus on scientific research at all. The entire country is controlled by capital. Wealth. The saddest thing is that the Chinese dominate the process of global science and technology, but in the end China's scientific research industry has fallen behind. Can China beat the US technologically? Being able to surpass the United States in the application of technical patents means that the dawn has appeared before dawn. Regardless of whether these technical patents are useful or not, at least it can prove that the vigorously developed chip industry in China has achieved very good results. Enterprises and scientific researchers are willing to participate, which is the prerequisite for technological breakthroughs. The US chip industry has encountered difficulties. It is highly dependent on advanced manufacturing technology, and only engages in asset-light R&D and design. This has led to the hollowing out of the local manufacturing industry. If it is not because it is still able to control TSMC, it has already faced the same situation as China's semiconductor industry. Difficulty: the United States today is more like a paper tiger. However, the temporary compromise obtained by relying on suppression is destined to no longer apply to the current scientific research environment. In the past, US companies had absolute technological leadership, but now the global technology industry is stagnant, giving countries enough time to catch up, and theoretical knowledge has been gradually popularized. Overtaking in the number of patents has also laid the foundation for the future of China's semiconductor industry. The subsequent competition in the chip field will gradually turn to the game between Chinese and American companies. It depends on how each country and region stands. The spirit of research and development is enough to make domestic chips invincible. What do you think of this?